Sloss and Humphries on the road.
Muggins and Cream, Cream and Muggins, straight thuggin', living the dream.
That's our intro.
Fucking muggles.
Tickling the clit inside your head that makes you laugh. They said it can't be done.
So this isn't your favourite time of year?
No.
Because you were just saying before that you think this time of year needs fixed, and I think it's the least broken time of year of all time.
Needs fixed. I'm not suggesting there be... I'm not suggesting we take this time away. I'm just suggesting we fucking fix it.
Get some sleep in you.
Yeah.
Aye.
Between Christmas and New Year...
Class. No obligation having anybody texting you. Not anything important anyway.
Oh, well,
There's no important emails now.
You have a fucking different relationship with Marlena than I do.
Is she giving you important emails?
She fucking emails me between Christmas and New Year. I'm like, I know nobody's talking to you. Nothing is open in the world. Nothing is open. You are asking me these questions purely because you want to.
Do you know, yesterday I got out of bed and rolled up my yoga mat and spent half an hour at Adrian. And then I'm on the third Children of Time book. Children of Memory.
Yeah.
Fucking took a chunk out of that. Hadn't even looked at my phone yet. Mm-hmm. Class. Absolutely class.
Yeah, but you can...
No obligation for days.
Yeah, but that's but man, I had that for, the fucking 4 days leading up till Christmas, except for the Christmas trees.
No, you're planning, you've got stuff to do, you've got you had to drop off your Christmas Eve boxes, you've still got presents to wrap, you've got stuff happening. Oh, you're on the comfy belt of life. Stuff's coming towards you that needs dealing with before the time comes. And then Christmas is behind you, everyone's gone home, you've finished hosting, you've tidied your house back up, and you just get that week in your house where you're and I did put it in Muggle Corner yesterday when I was talking to the patrons about their dad posters. Again, I don't even know what day it is. Proper muggly thing to do. Mm. But how class that days don't have things attached to them.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, Monday doesn't have going to work attached to it.
Nah. No, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, Saturday doesn't have football training attached to it. The days have got fuck all attached to them.
Right, so between Christmas and New Year, you're not allowed to make plans with anyone, right, by using the date or the day. You have to physically describe when
day after tomorrow.
That's it. That's the only way you're... Mm-hmm. Between Christmas and New Year, you're not allowed to say, hey, do you want to hang out on the 30th? What fucking day is the 30th? What are you talking about? Hey, should we meet up on Tuesday? What are you talking about, man? It's between Christmas and New Year. Are we meeting tomorrow, today, or the day after tomorrow? Those are the only three options.
You did a belter when I was saying, I'm free. All my family's gone home. I'm free for a podcast whenever you guys are. And you went, I'm free either tomorrow before 2 or Friday. And I was like, that's the same day. That's the exact same day.
It's just and I've been moaning to Karen about this because I'm like, nothing's open. She's like, things are open. You're just not going out. And I'm like, I know, but it's just
I want to whinge.
No, it's the wrong cruise out. It's still, if I go into a fucking play area today or tomorrow with my son, it's not the fucking parents there that are all the time. It's the dad that's still got a week left off of work.
The dog park's super busy.
Yeah,
the dog park's got weekend.
Cunts, man.
Every day's a weekend.
Man, every other week in January, when I go to any soft play area I am dealing with...
Oh, you want the Monday everyone's at work soft play time. You don't want the Saturday everyone's off work. I
want full-time... I want to hang out with full-time mums and full-time dads. I want to hang out with the stay-at-home mums and stay-at-home dads. Because the stay-at-home mum and the stay-at-home dads who do this shift with their kid every day, they know their kid's behaviour, right? Mm-hmm. And they're not getting me into weird, awkward interactions of me being like, hey, man... Sorry, my kid's been shit to your kid. He doesn't understand sharing yet. And other parents.
And you've got a dad who's got custody. Who's like, I'd die for my kids.
Yeah, man, who's only gets to see them over Christmas.
He's still in his Batman outfit from the battle.
I see my son 2 days a week, so here are these really strict rules that I have in place for my boy.
I would take a bullet for that child. Someone whip out a gun now so I can prove it.
And and then just me and the mums are
just violently protecting that child from nothing.
Yeah, and we're just man, kind of let them push each other a little bit. When it gets physical, that's fine. But we have to kind of let them establish their own boundaries and understand with each other if they don't. And again, we're still being parents. We're here, we're watching, but it's not this. Mm-hmm. It's the Christmas drinkers of parenthood. And don't get me wrong, that is me. Cara listening to me describe anyone as that would make her die laughing. Yeah. But
because you're away for quite some time.
Yeah.
And then you violently parent your child for a bit to claim some ground back.
Yeah, well, yeah. No, but I really tried to make sure, and I'm sure the next time she's on the podcast, she'll fucking correct me. But I will ask her, we'll let her give a fucking real answer. I think when I'm home, I try to make up amends on the other side of things. Like, there was the other day, she wasn't fucking feeling great. I think she was just like hungover. It was that sort of like between Christmas and New Year, blah. And there was just one day where at the end of the day she apologised. She was like, I really feel like you just led the charge with killing it. And I'm sorry, I didn't do much. And I'm like, please don't ever apologise.
On the one day that happened.
Yeah, man, let's not say that as a precedent.
That one day of the year that happened, you better be sorry.
Aye.
You better step up next time, bitch.
Well, to be fair, because I do, whenever I'm away, like, I do apologise. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm away having fun.
Aye.
Like, I know it's the job and I'm not away to have fun. But it's just very unfair that my job is, look, the 22 hours a day that are travelling and being away fucking suck. But there are the 2 hours where the job's really fun. I drink afterwards, and it is nice to have these lie-ins and not have to worry about shit. Hello, people who listen to this podcast and watch it. I'm Daniel Sloss, one of the people on the podcast. If you do not want to give me any more of your money and you do not want to subscribe to the Patreon, or if you're like, you know what, even though we're in a massive recession, how could I throw more money at this spoiled man? But you don't want it to go directly to me. What you can do is by making us look better, by making us seem like we've got more influence than we have, is going to thistlecrosscider.co.uk, using the promo code ThistlySloss10 to get a 10% discount on any order in the UK, and it will be shipped to you. It is legitimately my favourite cider. The reason it is the sponsor isn't because they approached us, isn't because we have an amazing reach. It's because I approached them being like, I love this, I love small businesses, and I love Scottishness, and I also love drinking responsibly. If you want to drink what we drink on the podcast, if you want to give it a go and try one of the many delicious flavours that they have, which includes original Scottish fruit, whiskey cask flavour. They've come up with a new mulled wine flavour. There is their strawberry flavour. There's elderflower. They're amazing. I genuinely recommend you try them. If you see us at any point in the future with these adverts not in the show, it's because you didn't buy enough and you embarrassed us. You embarrassed us in front of our new sponsors by not buying anything, right? Hey, come here, zoom in. Buy this. I don't care if you don't drink, right? Buy it as a gift. Christmas is coming up. There's a mulled wine flavour. Buy it!
Is it mulled wine flavour or is it mulled cider?
Fuck!
Yeah.
Also, my son is sorry to continue going on about my son, but we will.
I like hearing about your son.
We don't know why, he says goodbye like an African-American woman. Whenever you leave, he just goes, bye! Fucking makes me and Cara scream. Because we should be correcting him to like, it's bye, but he's just like, bye! We're like, fuck yeah, man.
Oh, man, keep that software. I've started trying to upload some software into my niece, Ela. She's like 2.5 and she's snack driven. I want a snack. Escalates very quickly to I need a snack. Snack. Right? I would not relinquish the snacks until she said hors d'oeuvres.
Great.
I need an hors d'oeuvre. Little Blythe child just demanding hors d'oeuvres. Wonderful.
Keep it in. But that's another very interesting part of like parenthood. I notice it a lot with like it's when you have to sort of relinquish your boundaries or accept that other people are. What I'm trying to explain is like I don't like I won't try and guilt Caelan. Like if he hits me or whatever, I don't do that thing. I'm like, oh, daddy's hurt. Oh,
flinch him back. Flinch at him.
Yeah. I don't try and teach him with guilt. Be like, oh, you did this thing and I feel bad, so therefore you should feel bad. I'm like, hey man, we don't hit. If we want to express it, we do it this way. We do it that way. Or I'll not teach him physical violence. Like if we're wrestling, it's a wrestling thing, but it'll never be like a slap or a hit or anything, anything like that. And then sometimes Cullen comes around and Cullen just beats the shit out of my son, right? In a way that my son loves and finds funny. But man, he is fucking ragdolling this kid around. And things I wouldn't like.
But everybody has a different relationship with your child. And that's his relationship with Cullen.
Yeah. So
and one day he'll win and that day will be sooner than you think.
Yeah. Aye. So there's the thing of like, I'm like, and as long as Caelan understands, like, if Cullen allows him to do these things to Cullen, then that's fine. he can't bring it out over here. He's the best sleeper in the world. My boy. He sleeps so good. He sleeps 12 hours a night. Cara puts him to bed at 7. It's 7:30, and he wakes up at 7:30 in the morning. Comes through. Doesn't say hi like an African American.
And everyone complaining about how hard parent it is, and you're like, it's mostly just them sleeping.
So we got lucky. We got good. I'm lucky. I got a good kid, and I've got a great fucking partner in the whole thing. He doesn't come into the room like, ha! We're working on that. That's.
And if he disagrees with you, does he click his head yet?
I fucking hope so. I'm like, I don't know who is raising my son in private, but can they please keep doing it? If that's him, I'm all for it.
I don't know who was turning my son into Wanda Sykes, but I'm for it.
Absolutely. It's not the comedian I thought my son would turn into, but I'm not against it a single bit. So he knew Santa. He knows Santa's the thing, right? So he didn't obviously understand what Christmas was. He knew it was a different time, and the fact that Santa was everywhere was exciting.
The spirit of Christmas, deception.
Yeah. Like, or
Christmas is so magical. You do know magic is just deception.
Yeah.
Sleight of hand. We committed sleight of hand on our child.
And gaslit an entire world of children about it.
Yeah.
We decided to put out the cookies, the carrot, and the milk for Santa, because even though he wouldn't understand, we were like, fuck it, it's for us as well. Like, we're starting this tradition that we're going to be doing for like the next fucking 15 years, hopefully. Like, this is exciting stuff. Like, even just
50, oh yeah, because you'd have more child.
If we have another
not you're raising an absolute Timmy.
No, we hope to have other children, and that will increase how long we are keeping up the life for. One thing I got fucking. I'll call out my wife since she's not here to defend herself.
Yep, classic.
Santa gets a dram, right?
With his milk.
Yeah.
This is Bailey's, right?
Wait, but he's allowed it. He gets a dram, he gets a gin, he gets a red wine, he gets a beer, whatever Santa likes in your particular household.
Beans. Put anal beans in for Santa. He just wants to have a good time. It's Christmas.
Look, I'm not asking for a spliff, right? I'm not saying leave a joint out for Santa. I understand.
Or for Rudolph.
No, he gets a carrot. That's
This is cone shaped. That's a carrot.
Yeah, there's just the green in the end and then all the way down.
Just get orange papers.
Yeah.
Get orange papers. And
again, my
leave
son's
a big
not an
fat
idiot.
carrot.
So I keep going to Cara. I'm like, Santa, get a dram. She's like, if you want a dram, just have a fucking dram. And I'm like, no, we need to. We're establishing. Does Santa drink? Like, this is a very important. The lore that we're about to create in our house for our family. Does Santa drink? She was like, Santa doesn't drink, and I'm like, fucking pretty sure Santa fucking
How's
drinks.
his cheeks that rosy red?
He's got to be drinking.
That's not the cold, Dad.
Nah.
It's 10 degrees out. Global warming.
So
He's got to have a drink, like.
Well,
Santa's a boozer.
He apparently didn't have any in this house, but he fucking for some.
Where did he
reason,
get that belly from pasties? That's beer, that.
he got a fucking gin and tonic at the Waz.
Did he?
Aye.
Lordy, dog.
Fucking right. How come Santa slumming it at our fucking house? Do you not think he's going to be? I kept saying this.
I think Laura might be Santa at the was.
I think Santa's going to be giving Kaelin some pretty shitty presents in future years. If fucking the Waz are handing out fucking whiskies and gin and tonics, and our Santa's getting nothing, why would he stop here? I ask you. Well, because the fucking sign out on the lawn. Grow up. Anyway. We put out the whiskey-less treats for fucking Santa. The cookies down there.
Were the cookies cookies?
Cookies were cookies and real cookies. Kaelin could not fathom or understand that he's never seen a biscuit that wasn't for him, right?
Motherfucker wants a bit of Santa's biscuit.
He's never seen a biscuit. Even biscuits that were not intended for him. He doesn't snatch. He doesn't...
biscuit for me.
If you're eating a biscuit, he doesn't snatch. He's not rude. He gets up beside you and just very audibly enjoys the look of your biscuit. He's like,
No mind if I do.
what you got there, cracker?
But it's kind of like a cracker.
Yeah. And he'll say, and eventually, most people we know will give him the biscuit. But again, if you don't want to give him a biscuit, you don't give him a biscuit. He's got to learn that everything's not for him.
You do what you do when I go to get a biscuit and slap his hand and say he's getting fat.
I do that with his mum, only because it's a very funny bit to consistently do. Not funny when they're pregnant. Funnier.
Funnier.
And then, so we put the biscuit. Kaelin has a nibble of the cookie. We keep trying to explain that it's for Santa. Eventually we managed.
Has he met Santa yet?
Yeah.
Did he take it? So he's got a visual on Santa. Mm-hmm. He's not just this mythical being that he doesn't know what he looks like.
No. He points to Santa. Goes,
Knows
that's
what Santa
Santa.
is.
No, Santa says ho ho ho. Like as Cara would say, he's smart for his age. Fucking thick as pigments. Our son, for the first time in 3 months.
I like thick as pigments, by the way.
Yeah.
I know that's a combo as thick as mince and thick as pig shit. But thick as pig's mince. I like that.
Okay.
I like that a lot. Like I remember a lad was drunk in my dad's car and I was giving my dad and his mate a lift and he was like, I can't see a bat. Which is I'm blind as a bat and I can't see a thing, but it's stuck with us. I can't see a bat. Thick as pig mince. Where's your lobster?
Our son woke up at 3 in the morning and wouldn't get back to sleep to the point where Cara had to we never have to bring him through to our room, but sure enough he wouldn't go back to sleep. He wasn't kicking off, just was not going back to sleep. We bring him back into the room and for an hour in bed at 3:30 in the morning I have to answer every question he's got about whether the biscuit is still downstairs and whether it's for him.
Santa's about the biscuit now.
He's like, biscuit?
Do
We're
you
like,
need-
it
do you
might
have
still be there. Man, we can't check.
I haven't been able to sleep, not because of Christmas. I just now there's a biscuit on the bench.
It's like, is nobody having that biscuit?
Tossing and turning at night. Listening for footsteps. The only kid that's out of the moon that Santa hasn't been because his biscuit's still there. No presents. No presents. Santa bypassed the house, but fucking champion got me biscuit.
Aye. God respect him.
Was he gutted when there was just crumbs?
Oh, wait, no, when he came down, he saw the presents. There was like and then that was exciting for a bit. And we kept pointing at the biscuit and the milk and the crumbs. Which, by the way, another shit part of parenting. Not shit part, but another weird part of parenting. It's really surreal and really, really, really weird to be Santa. For like, don't get me wrong, when they were young and because I'm 10 and 12 years older than my brothers, there was times when my brothers would go to bed for Christmas, they'd finish writing their letters to Santa, and because I was 16, 17, 18, my parents would be like, all right, you can help us bring presents downstairs. We know you're not sleeping. You can stay up. I would outstay out my parents because I wasn't waiting up for Santa. I would wait for my parents to go to bed on Christmas Eve. I would go at the back, smoke some fucking weed to myself, go and watch a movie, fall asleep at 2.
Yeah, but just try to keep the magic alive for these two.
Aye.
So they'd hear you bumping about and think Santa's doing stairs. It's just that brother getting stoned.
Yeah,
Santa's putting deodorant on.
No.
He's trying out the Lynx Africa before he dishes it out.
Not only is Santa eating his cookie, he's eating all of the cookies in the pantry.
Yeah,
he's eating like,
bust up in the miniature heroes.
yeah. Who was Santa making crisp sandwiches last night? Crisp sandwiches with pate. Who the fuck?
Santa left the lid off the peanut butter. I think Santa's a burglar, man. He left more stuff than he put out.
Yeah, he didn't take away the Christmas card that I left for him, but he clearly used some of it as roach.
I think he should probably be on a verbal warning, Santa. Like, you need to get in touch with HR.
Well, man, I'm telling you, in the future there will be a point where, not for the first couple of years, but when my kids are like, 11, 13, and they're on the cusp of not believing, that time where it's like, hey,
You kind of climb into that bed dressed as Santa.
let's find out how well you can keep a secret.
Don't tell mommy and daddy.
That's when Santa might be like, oh, maybe Santa would like an edible. Maybe Santa would like a...
I think we should stop putting whiskey for Santa. Just trying to rape us. Sorry, mate.
It's very weird to be actual Santa and to do all the things that make... Because it is exciting. And it is getting excited about the fact that you have to lie to your kids. And Cara much more excited about it than I am. Like, there's real joy in her eyes when she imagines how much she's going to be able to bullshit her kids for years to come. Because her dad bullshitted her so good that, like, one year kids at Cara's schools told her Santa wasn't real. So Cara went home, wrote a letter to Santa and said, if you are real, can you please circle yes or no and send this back to me as soon as possible? So obviously...
Everyone else in sixth form was like, fucking, this freaked in.
Like, my father-in-law, Dave, is like, this stupid little bitch. I can't believe she's giving me more to write. So Dave circles yes. Cara proudly goes back into school the next day with a letter circled by Santa confirming his existence.
He has proof.
Dave would put, like, he would, but back in the days before your phone recorded things, Dave would buy dictaphones and record ho, 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 Merry Christmas and shove that dictaphone up the chimney.
Oh,
just
wow.
to that, and would love nothing more than his kids just being like, oh my God, it's fuck. But he does that not for the excitement of they believe in Santa. He's like, these are gullible little fucking kids.
You know what, you would think that would make her grow up less gullible because she's already, like, found out the hard way that, like, everyone lies. But she's still just fell for out.
Yeah, she is. She's not.
She's maintained the gullible nature.
Yeah,
she's like, oh, because it was fun. It was fun being gullible. I like living in the world that got built for us more than I like living in the real one.
There's some parts of our intellect where I'm smarter than Cara in some aspects of life, and there are other aspects of like real life where she's definitely smarter than I am. But when it comes to gullibility, she is.
Aye. Natalie says the story of Christmas and the magic of Christmas is nothing more than propaganda. And she actively hates it. Like, she doesn't have a child, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But she's just like, why do people even do this? Just tell them it's off you. Like...
Oh, no, I mean, that is... Have you not watched Klaus?
Probably with you.
Oh, no, I wouldn't.
Because, like, I stayed here when we were house hunting, and I stayed here while we were looking at houses.
Aye.
And it was in the build-up to Christmas, and you just watched a different Christmas film every single day. So I've seen a handful.
Aye. Klaus is...
My favourite was the one where the ghost of Christmas future and past was a stoner. The dealer.
The night before.
They got in the car with the dealer, and the dealer was the guy.
Yeah, he just sold them different strains of marijuana from the past, present, future. That's a good one.
That's the night before.
Aye, Seth Rogen and fucking the new Captain America. What's his name?
The new Captain America.
The black one. The one that was...
Oh, James Mackey.
Yes. Yeah.
Who, that's my favourite Black Mirror episode where he goes gay with his mate in the VR. Right.
Oh yeah.
That's like every now and again. I'm just going to Natalie. I've finished my dinner. Right. I'm just going to play VR with Carl. Just whack in the room. I'm just going to play VR with Carl. Just shacking Carl in the VR every night. Such a funny episode.
Apparently the new
James Mackey like got old school views on women? Was he not like lit up on a talk show where he was like, "Oh, women should be making as a sandwich"?
Yeah, and then he justified it in like
he was very Sean Connery.
Yeah. Have
you seen that Sean Connery clip where he talks about
slapping women?
Slapping women's fine.
Yeah.
If he was a soft part of your hand. I can't remember exactly how it went, but he was like,
I'm not a backhand. I'm not a monster.
And then she was just saying, what happens if you hit the back? And he was like, oh, well, that means they like it. That gets into a whole different realm. Like, oh, I don't know if you know women, Sean.
I think his words were never with a closed fist.
Never with a closed fist.
Oh, nice chivalry.
There we go, nice chivalry. It's like, open your palm when you elbow them and it reveals the bone. If you close your fist, right, it's fleshy. If you open your palm, never with a closed fist when you elbow that. I think James Mackey done a bit of, but it wasn't Sean Connery levels we should knock the mood, but it was, they should be making me dinner for as well. I'm grafting.
yeah, it was that.
I remember Ricketts having a go. I think Ricketts had a go at my dad and put something like that.
Yeah.
Because my mum doesn't work, but she keeps the house and all that, right? And my dad was talking about, oh, when I finish work, I'm going to cook this. My dad's a better cook than my mum. He said, I'm going to cook this. And Ricketts just like, is Linda not in, like? He was just aghast that my dad was going home from work to make food. He's like, I'm a better cook. I'll make a better meal if I did.
That's so funny because Ricketts is a good cook. Like, that's
It's so funny. Old school values. I'm trying to think if, like, because if Natalie was at work all day and then she was coming back and I'd been off all day, I'd still just have stuff chopped up for her to make it.
Or you do the prep.
I'm sous chef in my house.
Right, okay.
I'll chop shit up so that she can do the business. Anything where it comes to the clock's on and the timing starts. Mm-hmm. Like she's gonna have a better meal, even if she's done a 12-hour shift. She's gonna eat better if she does it.
Yeah, okay. I think Cara does more of the cooking, just because we're both decent cooks, but she's a better cook than I am, and I'm definitely more like I'll try more things and do more things. So if she's cooking, she knows everything's in there. I mean, it would be good to have a house bitch, but I'm not in a position to ask for a house bitch.
Nah,
God, no, I wouldn't dare. Like, and there would be lesser men out there who would, from older generations, who I think would be, oh, but you go out there and you work, 2-3 weeks every month or whatever it is, and you're making money, in their eyes, you pay for the house.
I love you're like trying to understand what shifts are. 2-3 weeks a month, right? It's mostly like every week, every weekday for a month. Oh, right, got you.
I work 2 weeks.
I thought you were trying to understand what the day-to-day work I did.
Older people would be like to me, you work 2-3 weeks every month. You're away, you're travelling, stressful. Surely when you come home, you want everything.
You want to be weighted on hand and foot.
No. I'm very aware that
you actually nest as well when you come back. When you come back, like actively start tidying your house and being.
Yeah, well, because it's very unreasonable to expect like somebody looking after a kid to keep a house fucking spot. Kids are just, you put them there, you clean up that bit, you move them there, they go over there. They might.
Natalie will sometimes do that as well. Go like, I'll have to tidy the house before you come home, and I'll be like, I'll just do it when I get back.
Yeah,
I honestly didn't mind. Like, she's been running a business. So.
Also, Kara's much better. Like, she'll tidy throughout the day. Like, when I'm happy to let the kid just make a mess, and the second he's in bed, I'm like, all right, we start again. That's when the Etch-a-Sketch takes place.
But she's happy to keep on top of it.
Which again is probably the right thing.
I would say we're the other way around. I'll keep on top of the house, and she'll deep clean it every once in a while.
Yeah. But I think that's a perfect dynamic. Because what that is like Cara is keeping it tidy in general, giving me like, so then when I'm tidying up at night, there's actually less for me to do, which allows me to then deep clean further.
I think I might step next year into the realm of having a cleaner.
What's the best?
We did it in London when we were both like working, and then we just didn't do it. And when we're back home, but I'm like, even if it's just the bathrooms. Because like I had guests over and I like fucking deep clean the bathrooms, and every time I deep clean them, I'm sure I've just done this. And you're like, it was June.
Aye. Would you get an English speaking one or a good one?
I'm in Scotland, so I don't know what my choices are. It's probably
Polish, Romanian,
probably hit a shop local. I don't know how many.
I've got a local one. She's good.
Aye.
But
I wouldn't.
The best cleaners come from places that are scared of Russia. 100%.
Yeah, and the best places is where they send their money home. It means more.
Yeah. And it's okay because they're white.
And they don't pay taxes, and you can't tell anybody that they did it.
You can call them staff. You're allowed to, where we are, just morally with the world, you're allowed to click at a Romanian.
I was actually
That's fine.
That's all right.
Because they're white. They're white and they're racist, so it's okay. So they don't get, not all Romanians are racist, but 85% of them are racist. So you're allowed to...
You can click at Romanians.
Yeah. It's absolutely fine. Nothing wrong with it.
That's the language, actually.
Yeah.
You have to click with your tongue. Right, here we go. Still going with that. We should probably give that to charity at this point.
Yeah?
Yeah, I reckon this month we'll find what charity and reset it. Because I was talking to Soppert about it last night. One of my friends came and stayed last night, and we were like, just get them in just to do the bathrooms if anything. And then you're like, well, you're on, just sweep and mop through. Well, if you're going to do that, you may as well do the kitchen and all. And if you're going to do that, you do laundry. You just end up with just doing everything.
Our old cleaner used to do everything.
I don't want to lose sight of who I am. That's the only problem. But I do want a tidy house.
It feels rude having a cleaner when you've got a kid. Because it's very much like being back at school where you're like, oh God, we got to tidy up for the cleaner being here. Because I don't want the cleaner to clean up the stuff that I can
Put your
clean
tables
up.
on chairs on the tables. You put all your chairs on the table before your cleaner comes.
Why would I pay a cleaner to come and tidy my kids' toys when they're meant to be there cleaning the fucking house?
Aye.
You've got to tidy up your kids' toys and give them the area that you want to clean cleanable, so they're not just picking up after you the whole time.
Yeah. That's like when I used to just give me receipts to my accountant, and I'm like actually getting an accountant to do some basic data entry.
Yeah. Do you reckon you could get away with, like, I don't know if they do it in the UK, but it's a thing in LA. You can get like the scuddy cleaners.
What does that mean?
Exactly what you think.
Scuddy? Like cleaners like that just live on the street?
No, it's in the scud.
Oh, naked cleaners.
Aye.
Right, I thought it was another word for like scummy. I thought it would be really derogatory.
Oh, it's scud.
Scud.
Is
In the
scud
scud.
Scottish?
I think scud. I think I have heard scud as naked.
Aye, in the scud.
Okay, so scud means naked. Naked cleaners.
Yeah, or like in lingerie.
That just feels really unsafe and weird.
But if it's for
Like-
you, well, you know it's safe. If you know you're not, you know the worst you're doing is leering.
I don't think I want to leer at me cleaner. Remember when I did get cleaners in London, I thought you'd send strippers.
Yeah.
Remember? Because like it was just, and I'll come to head. It was like Natalie was like, "Oh, Justina, the cleaner starts today."
This was before your stag do's.
So it was just like, and I didn't know when my stag do was going to be. You didn't tell us, but I knew my wedding was in a couple of months. In 1 month was the fringe. So like, it's happening in July. Like the stag's happening in July, and it was like late June. And Natalie's like, the cleaners started there. And this was like, I don't even think that we had a cleaners discussion.
Yeah.
We didn't even have a chat that we're going to get cleaners. It was literally just the cleaners coming today. Because it was Natalie and Kat's flat that I occasionally lived in. Like, because I was on tour mostly. Knocked on the door, opened it. And these two lush women of different generations. Mother-daughter combo. Hot Italians. I was like, come on in.
I'll go get myself ready. They're like, oh, I must just be going out to maybe the gym. A lot of people, when we clean their houses, they go out, they get coffee, they do some errands. You just come back in a fucking red bath gown and a cigar.
Yeah.
I'm just here to watch the show, ladies.
Shoulders back, girls. Never change. And they come in that French maid's outfit and that. And she was just like, where's the cleaning materials? I was like, in the sink, I'll role play. I'll do a little bit of role play.
Where do you want me to sit?
Sure, they're in the bottom drawer.
Why are you bending down like that? Why are you bending down like you're picking up a flat pack?
Straight back.
Odd.
And then she's like, oh yeah, we're going to need...
How much is it an hour? Do you accept ones?
Tucking them into that trousers. And then she's like, she went to me car and had a look at the cleaning materials, got a bit of paper and a pen, fucking wrote down a list of cleaning materials to buy. And it was at the point where I was in the shop, like, asking for bleach. And I was like, probably not strippers. Probably not strippers.
You know what? Now that I think about it, can't put the the condoms in the cream bag.
We're going to use bleach. Like, kinky these strippers. They've got us bleach in my cock. So it was so funny if you're like ringing us, have they come yet? Have the strippers come yet? They've got a shopping for them because that shopping list. Just using me telly.
Because I remember seeing the nude or the lingerie, the sexy maids. And I remember seeing...
Is that an actual thing then? You get like...
Yeah. But I surely it is just... Surely it's just a sex worker that cleans for the first 15 minutes. Which for me, by the way, and here's...
biggest turn on.
No, that's my opinion. As far as I'm aware, that's what strippers are. Strippers are sex workers who are dancing until you pay them enough money to do sex work for you. I know there are some strippers that are like, I don't do it at all. But, like...
I don't think so, you know.
No?
Nah.
I don't do...
Nah. I don't think all strippers are sex workers.
No, that's taking it on my...
I think that's a little bit ignorant, but I think some probably are.
Aye.
Like it's a direct line to another line of work. Mm-hmm. So like it might be tempting for some of them to just go, fuck it, why not? We're already here.
Okay. Well, just because I always assume that I'm like, what? The private room is just surely is somebody just getting fucking wanked off head or sex. Why else would it be?
If so, I've been ripped off loads. I've been absolutely shortchanged
Right, okay.
on every occasion.
Right.
Of going into a private room. The private room is basically just so you don't fucking have to look over your shoulder and just see Matty on your dollar. I get a taxi back this hour if I jump in. You got that way anyway.
Can I have a blast of your vape? Well, because I just feel like
100% is the private room's just you being stingy. That's all it is. You're being tight. You're being tight as fuck. You're just saying to your mates, need freebies.
if somebody's sexually cleaning your house, surely again, maybe it's just because I don't understand the point of strippers. Is why are you just winding yourself up sexually? Why are you just giving yourself just
an absolutely uncomplicated way to look at genitals, Daniel? That's all it is. It's just a really uncomplicated way of just going, that lass is really hot, I'd love to see how her knee clears on. And then you get it and you haven't cheated on your wife. Bang, done.
but you can see naked ladies online and
oh yeah, but like that, that's the same with you. You'll not go and look at the Eiffel Tower because you can Google it. Like it's just one of them where you're like, oh, you're totally happy with the 2D thing. You're totally happy with platform games. You didn't need the third dimension.
nah.
Flat's fine. I live in a cartoon. Mm-hmm. Right back at Christmas, my mum and dad came up, which. It was class because my mum and dad and Natalie's mum and dad have only met at my wedding, and that's when it was like watered down by another 80 people, like keeping everybody rotating around, speed dating each other, small interactions, and so I was a bit concerned because my mum, I don't think it's unfair to say this, but I think she's, if not completely, then borderline agoraphobic. She doesn't leave the house a great deal, and you know, if I run like a punch drunk gig and she's going to come and she's committed that her and my dad are going to come to the gig, she'll actually make herself feel physically sick in the build-up of it because the thought processes of catastrophising everything and people thinking badly of her, it's kind of, it needs a bit of work. But so I know that my mum, like leaving the house and coming to Glasgow for Christmas to spend with like another family of people that she barely knows or she's met once, and now that would be like hard work for her psychologically. So I was like living in a little bit of fear that it would get cancelled at short notice. And then also Natalie's mum and dad hosting and not knowing like my brother and my sister and all that's coming up as well. I'm like, they've got a bunch of strangers coming into the house, and then I'm like, oh, I hope like they get along, and I hope nobody says something that offends the other. I hope politics don't come up. I hope like Natalie's dad doesn't start talking about trans issues in front of Gav's lass, right? And I'm like, I'm almost like thinking like my mum.
The anxiety of a family holiday.
The anxiety of a family holiday. And it was like, sat having a coffee the morning before everyone turned up, just going, have I just arranged an event that nobody wants? Have I just arranged an event that like is stressful for everybody involved? And I just had my cup of tea, just calm before the storm, and my cup of coffee. And it was absolutely class.
I've got to say that I think for
mint.
95% of the world's population, I'm pretty sure things like Thanksgiving, Christmas, and when it's weddings, whenever there's like the whole family's getting together.
Like, nobody talk about Harry and Meghan.
Yeah, it's just different generations on a time during very prominent, fucking culture wars and two types of air quotes truth out there. Yeah, I think a lot of people live in dread, which is where I think it skips a generation for us because we don't worry about our family gatherings too much because they're all.
And you have plenty of them. You have plenty of them. You have the relationship dynamics are already there, and people know how to negotiate each other. People know how to wind each other up without crossing the line. Yeah.
Oh, I think it'll be. I think you, me, and Jack, when we all have kids, and they all grow up, I reckon our family ones will be brutal. I reckon Dad won't go bigoted, but he'll go our version of bigoted. Right? Mum will still be lefty, big mad lefty. They'll argue about that all the time, but then they won't because they'll learn how to deal with it privately. I'll go more centre, just because the left will go too far.
So you'll not be good enough for anybody.
Nah. The left will go too far. Left as always does, and then the right will start winning, and I'll be like,
I don't like losing.
Oh yeah, everything you're saying is correct, but there seems to be more money over there.
Like the funny bits for me were like, playing, the celebrity game where you each write down the name of 5 celebrities and put them in the pot, which was so funny. It was like my dad and Logan. You asked them to write down 5 celebrities, so like both freeze, and I'm like, it's just like saying pass the fork.
Yeah,
I'm not asking you to do anything that takes creativity, right? And he's like, well, I can't think of any. I was like, right, your favourite film, Blade Runner, Harrison Ford. Write down Harrison Ford. Think of any band, the Beatles, one of the Beatles, Paul McCartney. Like, I'm not asking you to do something that's a challenge, but for like even like that bit for a couple of the guests was a challenge because it's like a part of their brain that they're just not using. Like that's what made it kind of fun because like it would get to people's turns and they'd just be like kind of stuck and trying, like my mum just screaming Stan at me dad to try and get him to say Eminem. She's going, Stan! Well, you're going to have to give us more than that, Linda. Stan! It wasn't even the one word round. Because this is how it works, right? Everybody puts 5 names in, you split off into couples, right? And when the pot comes to you with all of the names in, 5 of them you put in, but the rest of them was by everybody else. You pick out a name and you can just use anything but their name. You can't use letters like something that rhymes with and then now with a K or whatever. Like, because I tried that.
Married to a pig, little frog.
Miss Piggy.
No.
Kermit.
Right.
Aye, that's how it plays out, though.
Right, yeah.
That's exactly how it plays out.
Yeah.
Where your partner, like, ugh.
Yeah, like I thought.
Like, my mum did one with my dad where she was like, the current Prime Minister was the Councillor of the Exchequer. And he was like, well, I know how he is. Let's say his name then. It's gone. It's physically gone. And my mum's just like, my husband.
Fucking our granddad back when when all of his brain was there, when he was a fully competent man, would still go, buddy, it's the man from the thing. From the movie with the guy that you like in it, with the man with the fucking eye. Oh, you're useless. Oh my god, women.
Yeah, there was a lot of that, and that's hilarious because like people are panicking, the clock's running, and then people who are self-conscious stop being self-conscious because they're into it now, and you're like, oh great, and like my mum fucking laughing her head off. And
this is the thing that all of you fucking people who complain about organised fun do not fucking get, right? 20% of the population can be fun on a fucking dime, ready to go. They're a rare fucking breed, and we're very grateful for them. The other 80% of us, right, need to focus. Whereas fun. But it just doesn't come out as naturally. Organised fun, giving people a target of fun to aim at,
structure
allows more people to participate in the fun.
Add a competitive element to the fun. And so you do the first round where you can say anything, right? And some of the celebrities you won't even know. Like my dad put in the lead singer of his favourite band, Yes, John Anderson, into the thing. Natalie doesn't know who John Anderson is, but she's seen Gladiators. She's like the referee of Gladiators. So you can work around the names that you don't know and try and get them. Like, I didn't know who Kay Adams was. So I done like, there's a family of monsters with like Cousin It and The Thing and Lurch and all that and someone like Adams. So you can get them to say
who the fuck is Kay Adams?
Exactly, right? One of the loose women. So my mum and Baja and that, my mum and my in-law and that would get that. So, are you looking her up?
I am. Kay Adams.
But you're not looking up John Anderson, the lead singer of Yes.
Oh, hello, Kay Adams.
Give us a look. Do I know her?
Oh my goodness. She's a pretty lady.
Oh, hi, hello. You know what? I was just expecting to be an old woman.
No, she who?
It.
American sportscaster and television. She hosted Good Morning Football on NFL. She's an NFL lady.
There we go.
Oh my.
So
she's more famous than me.
Of course she turned up on a game of Name the Celebrity. How many homes do you think your name come up in the Game of Celebrities?
Oh, it's a 1-digit number.
Mark Nelson showed up in my house. Yeah, somebody put Mark Nelson in.
Oh, no.
Natalie's like, one of Kai's friends has depression.
All right, let's just get his phone book.
Like, narrow it down. So then the next round, you can only say one word. So it's a memory. Stan would have worked once Eminem's already established as one of the names in the thing.
Muppet.
People going singer, and you're going through all the singers. Like Whitney Houston, Cher, like whoever. You're just like, Britney Spears, like all of them are in. But you know, if you're going, oops, you go, oops, I did it again. You maybe come up with Britney Spears. And then on the final round, so everybody's seen all of the names twice. You can only act out what it is. Gav pulls out Richard Gere, and in front of my wife's prudish mum and dad, mimes to be a gerbil, and then takes that gerbil and puts it up his ass in a tube.
That's not even where I would have gone.
Gere.
Oh yeah, right. Richard Gere,
line of Gere.
is point to your dick.
Richard.
Dick, Richard, and then
Later Coke.
Gere.
No, Gav put a gerbil up his ass in a tube. Because it was rumoured that Richard Gere once put a gerbil up his ass.
Not rumoured, factually true.
Is it?
Yeah.
What is this like? Is this one of his kinks? Did he own up to it? Is it like the R. Kelly pissing on thing that was just like a badly kept secret?
As with Marilyn Monroe removing his own ribs to suck his own dick, enough people thought it was true.
Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe ate her own pussy after removing her ribs.
No, she removed it so she could bite off her own dick. So that she could become Marilyn Manson.
That's why when the fucking wind was blowing from that vent, she was really trying to push it down because she hadn't bit her dick off yet.
Yeah. And when she bit off her dick and she became Marilyn Manson, she identified as a man. She was fucking mental.
Weird. You're not even allowed to call them mental anymore when they do that.
Yeah, well, this is what I mean in the future. Like I know this is such a well-trodden topic in comedy that I do think it will be a version of New Hack within the next couple of years. But it is true, which is that I can already tell what my types of bigotry are going to be in the next generation. Right? I'm not using the term unhoused.
Unhoused.
I'm not doing it. They're homeless.
Oh, for tramps.
Aye, exactly.
Do we put a fiver in for that?
Yes, because we're wrong.
Pass the
They
jar
are right.
so you
They
can
are
do the
correct.
graphic.
It's better. You know, they're not, you know, it's especially considering the cost of living crisis and everything that's going on in both America and the UK in terms of austerity and corruption in the government and the housing market and how it's all fucking rigged to benefit the rich and fuck over the poor. It is absolutely the correct morally conscious decision to not call them home and to not lump them with that stigma when, especially, not that anyone deserves to be homeless, but certainly 40 years ago it was harder to end up homeless without a home. There was less of a drug epidemic, all of this stuff. Saying unhoused is categorically the best thing to do. I ain't doing it. They're homeless. I'm sorry. I'm
Without
not.
home.
Yeah, but then I do worry that it's just me being a stubborn cunt. Like for ages, I thought, and I'm sure we did discuss this on the podcast, changing the term suicide to unalive, I was fully against. But then I found out that was just for TikTok censors and
TikTok censors.
So I'm like, okay, let's not get too worked up.
Nobody's that bothered.
Aye.
Yeah.
Unhoused, I can't say. Mental, I'm sorry, I'm always going to use the term mental.
Mentals. I feel like mentals are like...
People say you can't use the term crazy. Fuck off, man. I'm going to use the term crazy. Here's the other thing.
Can't use the word crazy. Are you mental?
It's also the thing that people seem to fucking forget as well with all
We're
these
such bad boys.
No, with all these offensive terms and stuff. I mean, like, we can't say that because that's offensive. You can't say that because that's inconsiderate. Sometimes I want to be offensive, right? And it's not a great part of who I am, and it's not a great part of fucking society. But sometimes when I want to hurt your feelings because you have upset me, I'm going to call you a fat fuck. Now, do I have anything against fat people? Yes, obviously they're gross. No.
All right.
Like there's just this bit of like, hey, let's use the term obese or naturally challenged.
I'd much rather get called fat than
just
obese.
fat. It's fat. Like you're a fat fuck. I'm sorry. Like you're a dumb cunt. Oh, what people who are. sometimes I'm going to use words that I know are hurtful, and you creating other words to stop people avoiding saying this word just makes this word more powerful to me. The more people you convince not to say the word retarded, just makes me go, are you turning this prime steak into Wagyu beef?
Mate, I did something in the comfort of my own home when nobody was around apart from me and my friend, right? Asked him what he wanted for food, and he suggested a Chinkies, right?
You're quoting here. He said the very outdated and
outdated
one that I'll not drag my heels on.
Oh, mate, and I looked at him like, mate, right? But then just doubled down and started saying more racist words for Chinese people. Just going, I should get a wok jockeys. We'll get one of them. Just like to highlight what he just done, right? I started using I was using stuff that I'd heard off the fucking what's that Clint Eastwood film where he hates
Gran Turismo.
Gran Torino.
Gran Torino.
Zip ahead. I think he said zip ahead or something there. And I was using like harsher words than what he'd used just to show him how bad it was.
And he was like, great, absolutely.
He was fucking howling. I think, oh no. You know, like one of them things where if like anybody walked in, you'd just be like, it's not how it looked.
Yeah, we'll just get Hiroshima Dodgers. I don't want Japanese, mate. I very specifically want.
I definitely don't want sushi right now.
No, I want Cantonese Chinese food. That's very specifically from this particular area of rice munchers.
The worst. We've got to put in for that. That whole bit. Get the jar for the graphic.
All right. Well, but now that we're on the now that we're here, Cara showed me, because she's from the north, where society hasn't fully.
Korea?
No, not the evil Korea.
Where's Aberdeen?
Yeah. She's from Aberdeen, and she's still friends with lots of people from Aberdeen. And she likes to use it as proof of like, hey man, because I love shitting on the north because they're gross. But she like be like, look at these people doing this amazing things up there. Like, you know, hey, these people that I call everyone that she grew up with scum because my wife is scum, so therefore everyone she knows is scum. That's the depth of the bit. So she'll be like, hey, look at this. This is amazing. The people do this. They're smarter than you. This person's better than this than you. Blah blah blah. This shows what you know. And I'm like, fair enough. And that's a very smart person. That's fucking great. Those are Northerners. They're doing a good thing. And then other times she's like, fucking, you got me here. Somebody had posted in their like local group, the local corner shop, that was run by Aberdonians, people from Aberdeen.
Indian ancestry, people who have Scottish accents.
Yeah.
Third generation.
Third generation Scots, Aberdonian Scots.
Yeah, like when Natalie's brother gets asked where you're from. It never happens with Natalie. She's very white for a brown girl. Yeah. But Natalie's brother's like, where you're from?
And he's like, Glasgow. I'm from Glasgow.
From Glasgow.
Yeah. But where's your dad from? Glasgow. Yeah. I'm from Glasgow. Like, I'm sorry. We can keep going back.
I mean, say from a few times and I'll say, oh man.
Yeah. Just say, why are you that colour? That's that's what you want to say. It's not the healthiest question to ask, and you should be really questioning why it's important.
What do I put before jockey? Because I've got noodles, but it doesn't feel right. How are you racist to Omani people? Without just being the lazy way of just like... literally camel jockeys. Yeah, but that feels like what? But that's... Again, if you're going to be racist... They actually did jockey the thing that you say. Are they? I think it's Arabic, so it's camels is probably the racial slur. But I guess my question is, what races... Good racism, really top tier, the best racism, isn't from far afield. The funniest racist terms for Bulgarians will come from Romanians, right? The funniest racist terms for Polish people will come from people in Estonia and people in... Like the biggest insult in India is the word for sister fucker. Yeah. You will get the best racism against Oman, specifically Omani people from the countries surrounding Oman. I don't know what their version of racism is. Yeah, they'd have to do some research because they're not like from there. Yeah. I think you'll find. This Aberdeen owned corner shop had put up in their window being like, this is not a packy shop.
please stop calling it a Paki shop.
They actually put that
put
out.
that sign up in the window, which is a really heartbreaking thing to like see as a thing, like to like, especially in a place that like, especially in more working class areas, they proudly boast about their communities, right? And it's something that I don't get living in a big
proudly
city.
boast. I'm just going to highlight that.
What, proudly boast?
Yeah, but you said proudly boast.
Oh, sorry.
No, don't apologise for that. I like it.
No. Proudly boast about like how we've got a community where there's like, we're not the big city fucking liberals, but we've got this community. And I'm like, if you're part of that air quotes community and you're like, hey, could you not call us this fucking slur that we clearly hate? And like, they put that up in the community thing, and one person from the area had just shared that picture with the phrase "aye it is," and it got more shares and more likes.
Oh no!
Yeah, aye.
Small town, man. Small town from a city.
No. Again, it wasn't Aberdeen. It wasn't like Aberdeen City, but it was the
Yeah.
you know, the fucking satellite towns of Aberdeen.
Aye.
Here's a problem. Some racist terminology. The reason it's harder for them to get away is that linguistically they're fun to say. That's the problem, right?
Yeah.
Hey, who's with not bringing race into it at all? Just off the top of your head, what's the funniest Teletubby to say? What's the funniest Teletubby name to say?
Tinky Winky.
It's Tinky Winky, and what is it? There's a funny Tinky Winky. That's why.
Oh, there's a couple of Tinky Winkies moved in nearby. They're everywhere now. Taking our jobs. Tinky Winkies taking our jobs.
That's, I think,
Probably nicked that bag. Like, you don't know if I'm being homophobic, racist. You don't know what Tinky Winky is.
Yeah. But I just mean in the sense, like, I think, like, I've used this to very, very loosely and pathetically defend the word faggot, because just linguistically it's faggot. It's just
If it's got an ink or an ack.
there are some words people like to say silly words. Like, that's something that's in comedy and history. Like
An I and a harsh consonant. An I works with a harsh consonant a lot.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Yeah. And the problem with it's the reason Paki's definitely racist and offensive, because you're obviously calling people who are not from Pakistan.
Yeah. That's like calling a Geordie or Mackham.
Yeah, or just calling any black person African. Like, it's just really like it's ignorant racism.
You know what blows my mind? The fact that Mackhams actually call themselves Mackhams, because in my head that is a slur. That is a slur.
Aye.
To say Mackham, but they're like, oh, we're Mackhams. You're like, fucking right, y'all. Glad you know it.
I think that's like the Celtic fans with Fenian. Like, Fenian is like a...
Oh, but has that not got like connotations, religious connotations in? Is that not
but
like
they call themselves Fenians. They're like, I'm a Fenian. And
is that owning the slur though? It was a slur and they took it.
No, you know what? Not sure enough.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not sure enough.
But I don't think Mackham was ever a slur. It just become a slur in the heads of Geordies.
I think Fenian might be the same sort of thing. It was never a slur in their head, and then Protestants used it so much as a slur that obviously to Protestants Fenian's a massive slur. But if you ask Catholics, they're just like a... Whereas I think Hun on prods is an actual slur.
What's the etymology of Hun? Is it Attila?
It must got to be. Why are Protestants called Huns? And then after you could go...
And is Attila the Hun because he's Hungarian? Where is Attila the Hun? He's not the Mongolian lord, is he? That's Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan, aye.
Genghis Khan and Attila the Hun. Do you reckon they were like same generation? Do you reckon that was like Messi and Ronaldo?
No, Genghis Khan was the good. I don't think we know the names of anyone else who existed at Genghis Khan's time, just because he was so unbelievably good at mass murder and rape.
There's not like a real reason, but one of the theories is that Hun was a common nickname when discussing Germans during World War One. So it's just
So call them Germans. Like, call them
the enemy, I guess.
Call them the enemy.
Okay.
Oh, so just the etymology is that it's the enemy.
Yeah, now Google why all Huns are bastards. See if that's in there. Aye.
I'm glad that when my family's united, there was no like sectarian and stuff. Like, yeah, I bet you there's some Glasgow Christmases where families have married into each other, and then they have to have Christmas dinner, and there's just this undertone Don't mention the football. Don't mention
Politics.
Don't mention any of the.
We're just going to pray before dinner
Independence.
to which god?
There was actually a bit where the footballers took the knee before a game, and Bobby brought up like, "Why are they still doing this?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't want this to be a conversation." And I was like, "There must have been an incident." And then just that was it.
I'd be like, why do all those white men who have lots of black friends in their life keep doing the thing that the black people are asking them to do? I don't know. I guess the black people are saying that racism's not over. I'm sorry that your white friends disagree.
Man in mixed race marriage doesn't understand racism.
Oh God.
No, but there was no drama. Everyone just had a happy time. Everyone got along. My dog was behaved.
Yeah.
My dog is bad in company. Right, what happens is a lot of people come in, she gives them a lot of attention.
Mm-hmm.
She says hello. She brings a toy and barks. Everyone's talking, but none of them to me. So then people are giving her the attention that she needs. And then something fries in her brain where she stops looking to people for attention and just starts like chasing stuff that doesn't exist around the house. Mm. And I was
Do you
like,
regret not getting a real dog?
huh?
Do you regret not getting a real dog?
Oh, I love her so much.
Aye. If you could go back in time and Morpheus is there with one hand's a real dog, an actual dog that was designed for things and to do things, designed as man's best friend.
I'd want one of them.
Right, okay.
I want one that loves cuddles. Like, I want one that'll just come and just like, Ali sat there and she'll come and lie on our back here and face that way. And I'll just be like, all right, mate. I like that.
Okay.
And it's actually worth the like anxious malpractices that she has. Maladaptive behaviour, I think is the correct word.
Yeah.
It's worth I just like losing our mind every now and again just to have the cuddly dog that's chill to fuck when nobody else is in the house.
Mm. That's what the same people who have Down syndrome say. I
have got a special needs dog.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's bad training because we've trained her well, like as far as commands go. Mm. But I don't know how. Like, and we've spent money on a trainer to refocus her. So we do like loads of focus training because when she's focused, you've got control of the dog. But when that focus is gone, you've got no control of the dog. So like we've got like practices to engage focus, but sometimes them practices can't be in play when you've just got a house full of people that aren't pulling in the same direction.
No, a different environment as well. Aye.
Different environment. So like when she was here on the party night, she was a bit of a nightmare running around. Like nobody was paying much attention to her, but I think she ended up like chewing a bit of paint off your wall because she must have seen a reflection off a light going there, and then we weren't paying attention to her when she did that. And we didn't get any of that from our Christmas. Maybe it's a little bit, like a little pocket of it, but like even she was fucking good as gold when we were just like, oh, she's going to be a disaster when the house is full. Which was all right. A lovely
so
time.
Nobody disgraced themselves?
Nah, you got it.
A little bit.
A wee bit.
Yeah, I mean, just like, I didn't think it was ever going to blow up. I know you were anxious about, obviously, your parents and your in-laws meeting, but you know, they've got lots in common. People who shouldn't be Tories who are Tories. People who get their news from one source. I thought there would be like real, like I really expected like you and Natalie.
People who are slightly traumatized from raising their children.
Yeah. I expected you and Natalie to be like, going, this is going to be awful, and then just to both sets of parents to come in and just complain about the younger generation, being like, oh God, they're all soft. You know, the thing the older generation like to do, which...
These lot don't hit their kids.
I fucking can't stand it.
There was a bit where, because there was a bit where they were talking about how the old school method of raising children was better, of like disciplining them and teaching them, like shouting no and like stopping them from doing a thing rather than like educating them through it, which like... I've got a little bit of room for.
We used to hit our kids and treat them like shit, and they were scared of us, and it didn't have any effect on them. Anyway, thanks for inviting us to Christmas for the first time in 10 years.
Yeah.
There were no ramifications for the way I was a parent all of those times. Thanks for the 4 phone calls we get a year. Lovely to see you all again. I'm not doing any self-reflecting on any of this. Fucking idiots. My parents didn't have their kids. Ask them how much they see their kids compared to how much you see your fucking kids.
I've got a little bit. I think there's a place for, as long as you've got a bit of stoicism and you get between action and like stimulus and reaction, and you make that reaction a measured one. You know, if your eldest child hits your baby, like, I think going, oh, no, be nice. Play nice. That'll hurt. Like, which is, like, my brother's approach, right? I would be like, oh, rain hell down on that child so she never does that again. Like, never do that. Like, crying now, right? I think there's a place, and it's a place where, like, somebody else might get harmed. They don't do that for every little thing and waste it. You need that for when you need it. But I'm not a parent, so, like, you kind of make these judgments as a non-parent. Right. But I like to think that if my kid's gonna harm your other kid, that's when, like, you get smite from your parents. Not hit. I'm not Sean Connery backhanding me kid, but, like, I think there might be a time and a place for, like, that kind of old school discipline.
Yeah. But again, if your kid is running towards a baby and it's just got something in its hand and is bringing its hand down, if you yell at that kid, be like, "Don't hit that kid," that kid was not aware that it was just about to hit another kid. That kid wasn't running up there to
let it hit the child. Right. You've also got to learn.
Self-defense, motherfucker.
Yeah, arms up, elbows tucked.
Man, just don't get me wrong. Like, I think obviously discipline is a very important thing, and how you discipline your children is very important. But I think the ways you discipline kids are important. And so many people they think they're getting across one point, and what they're actually doing is not getting across that point. You are adding levels of emotional understanding and emotional maturity that children do not have. You are projecting a level of intelligence onto children that they do not. Yes, they're smart, but they're not smart in the way that we are smart. If you yell at your child after they've done something, you are teaching your child that yelling is scary. Right, that's the number one thing you're teaching them, right? Which is, I don't like yelling. This is bad. I don't know why I know I'm being yelled. I know I did something, and I know I'm being yelled at. But now I just know, because my memory's so short, I know yelling is fucking terrifying. And anything that happens, I don't want to fucking do that. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to learn to hide what I just did, because I've not learned that's bad. I've learned yelling is scary, and if I get caught doing this, I will get yelled at, and I don't want that.
Like if you yell at a dog for pissing in your house, that dog is just going to make sure you don't see it pissing in the house and hide the piss, and now you've got piss behind your couch. Well done.
Aye.
Yeah.
Man, if our kid, Caleb, when he was fucking less than one, Arlo had just been born, right? Went up to see Arlo, and we've got the video, fucking slaps this kid right on the head, right? Arlo doesn't cry, but a good slap, a good bald-headed slap.
Was that Kaelin?
Yeah, Kaelin did it to Arlo. We've got the video. It's brilliant, right? Man.
Any one of us could have stopped it, but we needed this footage.
Oh, no.
£250 for you being framed.
He was there, because again, we were teaching the kid, we were teaching with the cats, like, you got to be gentle, you got to, like, and again, you're holding them by the wrist, and you're like, gentle, you can touch things, palm flat, not nipping, not pinching, not everything. If we touch things gently, it means doing that, and Kaelin's getting a good job. And he just, and for 1 second, brings it down, slapping the head. Now, we could have taken him away, and we could have screamed in his face that he's not allowed to hit kids. None of that would have got through.
Nah.
None of that would have made any sense to him at all. He's no idea. You can't explain to him what he's, done as much there. You remove him from the situation. That being said, our son does understand way more than, like, we think. You know me. I just speak to him like he's a bloke, right? Sometimes Cara laughs at me.
It's sinking in now. You know when you tell him there that you're going out to do a podcast?
Aye.
And then he waved at me out the door.
Aye.
Like, bah! and then you're like, we're coming back after the podcast. And he went, back.
Aye.
And he didn't cry when I left.
Aye.
That's because you've constantly done what you've done and explained it to him, and eventually he's picked up words like back.
Yeah. Oh, like, man, the other day I went to him, because sometimes I just like to experiment. I'll just give him full sentences and just see how much his brain can sort out. I was sat with him and went, can you go get me the metal bowl from the drawer beside the sink, right? He's 21 months old. And he went, yeah. Right, and ran around the corner. And Cara went, I wonder what he's off to get. Like, this could be fucking anything. Right? I pointed over there, I said a bunch of words.
And he picked up the words go get?
Yeah. Man, he fucking came back with a metal bowl from the thing. We were like,
Is it fluke? Is it fluke?
Oh, yeah.
Is it fluke? Or
could have been.
There's enough keywords in there.
Don't know. Well, it's, yeah. Because there is a drawer that he regularly goes into. Who knows? But
do you think he hears it like an Asian person talking about Starbucks?
Vendi, grande, blah, 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 macchiato.
Yeah. So all the words that link the brand word together.
Yeah, maybe. Aye.
I think we're on that note. Happy Chinese New Year.
Bye!